we welcome in the man, the myth, the legend. You've seen him on game day. On Saturdays, you've also seen him eating burrata all over Lake Como in Italy. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris the Bear Fallica joins us here on Bet. Bear, we appreciate the time. Let's start with this. We have covered all Power 5 conferences plus the MAC here on Bet. But one team we have not talked about yet is Notre Dame. 4 straight seasons with double-digit wins for Brian Kelly and the Irish, but they have a lot of skill players to replace on the offensive side of the football this year. The win total for the Irish is 9. How would you bet it, over or under?
I wouldn't. I think 9 is probably the right number, and 9-3 seems like the record that the Irish will wind up with. I don't think they're going to beat Wisconsin. I don't think they're going to beat North Carolina, and they'll probably lose one of those other games along the way. So 9-3 seems right. I think you have to trust Brian Kelly and how he's recruited and how they've rebuilt their program seemingly year after year. I think new defensive coordinator Marcus Freeman is going to come in, and the defense with guys like Lufau and Tyler Hamilton will be fine. I think Jack Cohn will be fine at quarterback. This is a guy who I think Wisconsin missed at times last year. Michael Mayer is one of my favorite players in the country, the tight end. 9-3 seems right for the Irish. It just depends on if they lose one or two of those toss-up games.
Bear, when you survey the rest of the Power 5 landscape, tell me which team stands out as your risotto milanese, so to speak, on the menu. The future you like the most from any team in the Power 5 conference, whether it's an over or under.
It's Ohio State to win the Big Ten. Look, you can get them over 8 conference wins in certain places as well. I would look at that. Ohio State, the gap between the Buckeyes and the rest of the Big Ten is larger than that of the gap between Clemson and the rest of the ACC. Stroud is going to be fine at quarterback, trust me. He's got the best pair of wide receivers in the country. He's got Trevion Henderson, who's going to be a star running back. Offensive line should be fine. Defensively, they'll be better than they were a year ago. I don't see where Ohio State loses a Big Ten game. They have Penn State at home, and Michigan has not proven that they can compete with Ohio State right now. So I think Ohio State minus that $2 or whatever it is to win the Big Ten is basically like a 3 or 4 month CD.
Bear picking the Bucks to win the Big Ten. The Buckeyes, I should say, really shooting from the hip on that one, Bear. Good luck to you taking such a risk.
Going out on a limb.
Let's move to the non-Power 5 schools. You and Stanford Steve have started up the podcast again. I know you're a couple episodes in. I caught the first one a little over a week ago. You guys crushed it and picked a lot of small schools. If you were zeroing in on one of the non-Power 5 schools for your favorite win total, who would it be?
It would be Northern Illinois under 3.5, and as soon as William Hill, they're plus 125, and I don't see why this is plus money. You look at Northern Illinois' non-conference schedule, they're probably going to go 1-3. I don't think they're going to beat Georgia Tech. I don't think they're going to be Michigan, and then Wyoming, I think, is better than them as well. You look at MAC play, yeah, they'll probably beat Bowling Green, who is the worst team in the conference, but Eastern Michigan's a toss-up game. They're not going to win any of their road games. Ball State goes to DeKalb. Western Michigan goes to DeKalb. And those are teams that are much better than the Huskies, who allowed 40 points in 4 of 6 games last year. There aren't a whole lot of winnable games on this schedule, so if NIU wins 4 games and beats me, so be it. But I'm going to play under 3.5 at plus 125.
All right, Bear, when we get to this week of our on the calendar here in August, we look at the end, and college football is nigh, baby. We get week 0 games that we can wager on during this week of college football. So I'm going to give you mine. Joe will give one. You share one as well from the week 0 slate, and we can kind of decipher who we like. How about New Mexico State against UTEP, getting 9 points at home in a rivalry game? Now, the reason I'm going to take those 9 points with New Mexico State, despite the fact they did not play football last year as an independent, they couldn't curry up or muster up a schedule. UTEP's not that great. I don't understand why UTEP's a 9-point favorite. They're 5-39 since 2017. They've won 3 of their last 30 outright road games. New Mexico State has beaten them 2019, 18, 17, the last 3 times they've played. Now, I know, again, there's concern that New Mexico State hasn't played a real football game since 2019. I think it's going to work in their favor during the I-10 rivalry game when they host UTEP at home, getting 9 points in their pocket. I will take that with the New Mexico State Aggies, week 0.
I don't know why this guy's going to wait till the end of the first day of college football to make a pick. I'm coming right out of the gate with the first game, Bear. I believe it's 10 a.m. Pacific time. It's going to be a big town showdown. Illinois and new head coach Brett Bielema hosting the Nebraska Cornhuskers. I will take the 7 with the Fighting Illini. 9 starters back on both sides of the ball. They're going to be able to run the football in this game. Brandon Peters, a quarterback. We'll see how it plays out. Transfers over from Michigan. He does have 24 games of experience under his belt. Hopefully he has some deep threat options this year. Nebraska's special teams the last couple years have been a mess. The penalties have been killing this team. They got the NCAA hovering around regarding sanctions. I don't know. I'm not buying into it. Remember, this thing opened Nebraska minus 9.5 and has since been bet down to 7. So we're not getting the best of it, but I am following this team. I'm playing Illinois. What do you got for week 0?
I am completely oppo you with that pick. I love Nebraska this week. And I think a lot of I think Illinois has public underdog written all over it. And I think people are kind of confusing Nebraska and Illinois and everything here. Like, yeah, Brett Bielema's going to come in, and I think he's the right coach for Illinois there, and ultimately he will do a good job. And people think Nebraska, they're never going to reach the levels that they were, but that's fine. No one's saying they have to be a national powerhouse to go to Champaign and beat Illinois by more than a touchdown. But last year, this game was like the lowest of low points for the Huskers. They turned the ball over 5 times, couldn't get out of their own way. Adrian Martinez didn't start. It was an embarrassing loss. Illinois even fumbled the ball 4 times and didn't lose any of them. So it was an incredibly fortunate game for the Illini. Look, Nebraska still has Martinez at quarterback, who when healthy can make plays. Cam Taylor-Britt is one of the better defensive backs in the Big Ten. Illinois' defense, while you mentioned they return a lot of guys, it's a defense that I don't think is going to be very good this year. I like Nebraska here at the reduced number, my friend.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.